This is Ed Fang, your host for the Football Analytics Show. Every year around this time, we spend about a month talking about basketball analytics and how to win your March Madness pool. In this episode, I'll dig into 3 topics. 1. The one thing you must get right to win your pool. This is before you dig into my analytics. 2. Tennessee and why Rick Barnes' team might not fulfill their potential in the tournament. 3. How to predict March Madness upsets. Let's get into it. The one thing you must get right to win your pool. You want to win your March Madness pool, and analytics is going to lead the way. However, analytics is not the only thing that you need. In fact, if you get this other thing wrong, analytics will not help. Unless you're Biff from Back to the Future Part 2, you might as well light your entry fee on fire. To understand the one thing that you must get right to win your March Madness pool, consider an analogy. Steph Curry walks into a gym. There are a bunch of college players looking to get into the NBA. Steph is feeling pretty generous, so he sets up a contest. Beat Steph in a three-point shooting contest, get an NBA rookie contract. As the greatest shooter to ever grace a basketball court, Steph goes out and sinks 17 of 25 three-point shots. An amazing mark. Can any college player beat him? You might think Steph will certainly win the contest. However, it depends on the number of college kids in the shooting contest. For every college player that steps up, let's assume a 95% chance that he makes fewer shots than Steph. If 2 players enter the contest, the chance that Steph beats both of them is 0.95 times 0.95. He still has a healthy 90% chance to win the contest. However, Steph's odds to win decrease with every additional contestant. His win probability gets another multiplicative factor of 0.95. If 13 college players participate, the odds are about 50-50 that Steph wins. This goes down to 7.6% with 50 college players. If you use analytics to enter your March Madness pool, you're like Steph in the shooting contest. You have great odds to beat any one person. However, your odds go down with more people in your pool. The bigger the pool, the more likely someone gets lucky and beats you. Someone like Grandma. She doesn't know anything about college basketball. However, she's Catholic, and that mattered in 2018. Grandma has Villanova, the oldest Catholic university in Pennsylvania, as champion. In addition, she's friends with Sister Jean and picks Loyola of Chicago to make the Final Four. When Loyola of Chicago made the Final Four, Grandma got points that no one else gets from the South region. When Villanova beats Michigan in the final, Grandma wins her pool. It's as if Shaq beat Steph Curry in a three-point shooting contest. Here's the take-home message. Do not get in a large pool. For a contest with a single winner, the pool must be less than 100 people. Tennessee and the 2023 NCAA tournament. It's been almost a decade since Texas fired Rick Barnes, and maybe that wasn't the best idea. Barnes has produced some strong Tennessee teams, most notably those heading into the 2018 and 2019 tournaments. Neither of these teams advanced past the Sweet 16, but the program has been significantly better than Texas since Barnes left in 2015. In 2023, Barnes has his best Tennessee team yet. They rank in the top 10 of my member college basketball rankings and are a threat to win it all. This team excels at defense. By my adjusted points per possession, Tennessee is the second best team in the nation. Tennessee is due for some regression on defense, as they lead the nation in three-point percentage allowed. Research by Ken Pomeroy shows a huge amount of randomness in this metric. Tennessee's three-point defense will regress. Still, Tennessee shows extreme effort on defense. They are 9th in my adjusted 2-point field goal percentage allowed. While I expect regression in three-point defense, they should still be better than the college basketball average of 34% going forward because of their effort. Tennessee is not as good on offense. They rank 55th in my adjusted points per possession on offense. Santiago Vescovi has a sweet jump shot with his left-handed release. However, they probably rely on him a bit too much. Vescovi is hitting 36% of his threes this season, and that's his lowest in his career since he was a freshman. The offense probably leans on 5'9" point guard Zakai Sigler to get a crucial bucket. Now, Ziegler is out for the season with an ACL tear. The biggest knock on Tennessee is the lack of elite talent. Their best player in terms of NBA potential is Julian Phillips, a 6'8" freshman wing. A recent mock draft from The Athletic has Phillips as the 24th pick in the 2023 draft. Phillips returned to action against Alabama after missing 4 games with an injury. He seemed almost allergic to taking a shot, and his season statistics suggest why. 46% from 2, 25% from 3. Phillips does seem like an athletic wing defender, the reason for his NBA potential. In an ideal world, Tennessee would trade Phillips to Gonzaga for Julian Strother, a scoring machine that struggles to defend the dribble drive. Instead, Tennessee is stuck with another strong defender in Phillips. Tennessee is an elite defensive team, but they might be a team to fade in the tournament because of the offense. Upsets make March Madness special. In 2018, Virginia was the top overall seed heading into the tournament. They got shocked by UMBC as a 16 seed beat a 1 seed for the first time in men's NCAA tournament history. The only thing better than watching these upsets is picking them in your bracket. How can we use analytics to do that? Maybe others have some insight. For the past 2 seasons, The Athletic has written about Bracket Breakers, a math model that predicts March Madness upsets. Let's focus on one result. Teams that pull off the upset tend to shoot a lot of threes. This makes sense, as shooting more threes should increase the variance in points. An increased variance favors the underdog. Last year, I decided to test this and other hypotheses about upsets. Instead of only looking at tournament games like Bracket Breakers did, I considered all college basketball teams in which a team closed in the market as an underdog of 6 or more points. This team would eventually win outright. As a data scientist, I like a larger sample size. In the 2021-22 season, college basketball teams took 37% of their field goal attempts from 3. Underdogs of 6 or more points that won had a 3-point rate 1.7% lower. Pulling off the upset is not about shooting more threes. In addition, I've found no statistical relationship between a team's 3-point rate and their variance in points per possession. The idea that shooting more threes increasing variance is not supported by the data. Then what leads to upsets? Making 3-pointers. During the 2021-22 season, underdogs of 6 or more points that won made 5.5% more of their threes than their season average. Favorites that lost in these games made 5.5% less from behind the arc. This difference in 3-point shooting from both teams resulted in a 7-point swing. This was by far the largest effect that I found. For example, there's also an effect from 2-point field goals. Like from behind the arc, underdogs make a higher rate of 2-pointers, while favorites make a lower rate. This resulted in a 2-point benefit for the underdog. Fantastic. 3-point shooting leads to upsets. All we need to do is predict 3-point field goal percentage. However, this is difficult. In a landmark study called The the three-point line is a lottery, Ken Pomeroy found no correlation in a team's three-point percentage from early to late season. This was true for both offense and defense. The result on offense should be particularly surprising. Shooting is a skill, right? How can it not be predictive? That's a nuanced question for another day. For March Madness, let's conclude that the randomness of three-point shooting makes it difficult to predict upsets, except for one team. Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. My name is Ed Fang, your host. If you want to know about the one team capable of bucking three-point regression, sign up for my free email newsletter. That email will go out this week, and it's a good one. You'll also get my March Madness cheat sheet that makes it drop dead easy to fill out your bracket. To sign up, go to thepowerrank.com. That is my site for PhD level analytics to help you win your pool. Once again, that's thepowerrank.com. Members of the Power Rank get access to my full bracket advice. In addition, you'll have access to my best football predictions and analytics in the fall. Until the tournament starts, you can use the code Contrarian to get $20 off the first year of your membership. That's Contrarian, CONTRARIAN. To learn more, go to thepowerrank.net. That is a URL that'll take you to a place on my site where you can learn more about becoming a member of the Power Rank. Once again, that's thepowerrank.net. Once again, my name is Ed Fang, your host for the Football Analytics Show, and I'll have another episode before the tournament starts.